Bullet Club.
Hello, welcome back to the channel from this before. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time. This is Leanne Presents, and I'm your host. I'm Alan, and this is my co-host. Joining me today, as always, this is Leanne.
Hi.
And if you haven't already guessed from the title card, you might have seen around about 20 seconds ago. If you somehow skipped into this video without seeing that, or look in the description of the video or the title itself, these are our predictions for the forthcoming AEW, that's All Elite Wrestling, Dynasty pay-per-view. I can say pay-per-view because it's not a premium live event.
Hey.
So this is coming to us on the 21st of April from the, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but it's the Chevette Arena in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to St. Louis.
Nope.
I've never been to the Chevette Arena.
Nope. Never been to America.
Nope. But we've got this upcoming pay-per-view, and it's jacked. It's stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the build-up hasn't been... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's not really been...
Not fleshed out.
Yeah.
But a lot of the build-up seems to be still to come before the event.
I think...
So it's a bit weird.
I think the problem that AEW's got is that they usually have a couple of months in between.
Yeah.
At least. And when they've got them back-to-back like this, it's a bit like... Oh!
Yes. It's like, quick, do some stuff.
Pretty much. So, we're recording this on...
Thursday.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if I wanted to date the video or not, but yeah, we've already done it now. So, recording us on Thursday. We've just finished watching last night's Dynamite, where there was 2 new matches made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping to get this video up tonight, but I don't know if that will be the case, because it is getting on a bit, unfortunately.
Sorry.
So, we're going to, if you haven't seen one of our videos before, the way that we do this is we'll start with the 0 hour, because the pre-show, the 0 hour, what it's called, has matches on it generally. There's only one announced thus far.
Cool.
As we're recording this, and then we'll kick into the main event, into the main show itself. We'll do the non-title matches first, followed by the title matches, in kind of the order that I'm looking forward to the most.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get to the end of the video then, it doesn't necessarily mean that the match we've talked about last is going to be our most anticipated match of the night, for different reasons.
Yeah.
But it could be the match that it might have the highest stakes or the highest build-up and so forth. So that's kind of how we do it. So, as I already mentioned, we're going to cover the 0 hour first. And that is going to be free on, I think it's YouTube, I think it's Facebook, X, I think it's all the platforms. It's pretty much on there. And you can watch it for free.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's usually either an hour and a half. I think the first half hour, if they are doing the hour and a half, is just recap. And then they usually go match. I think the last event had like 4 0 hour matches, I think it was.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
It was 3.
Mm.
Yeah, 3 matches on the pre-show last time, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I like that. I like that they put stuff on there.
Yeah, definitely.
On this pre-show, we have 1 match announced thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Before I go any further, if there is going to be any extra matches or any deviations to matches or something that happens on Rampage or Collision this coming weekend, the changes are predictions. We will update the description down below. So that's new matches announced, new stipulations announced. If something happens, we'll be like, oh, actually, you know what? We think this person's going to win instead. It'll all be down in the description down below. So if you do want to sort of check back for the main for the show itself starts, that'll be done at some point through Sunday after we watch Rampage and Collision.
Yep.
We haven't got time for that because, well, yeah,
Life.
because life. But it'll be way before the actual event starts itself.
Yes.
So let's get into the matches then. So we have 10 matches thus far announced.
Yes.
Okay. 2 are non-title matches.
Yes.
Only 2 non-title matches. That is stacked. Like, damn, AEW.
Might as well be Battle of the Belts.
Yeah. So the first match, as I say on the 0, we have for the Ring of Honor and AEW 6-man or trios titles. We have the Acclaimed versus Bullet Club Gold. So Acclaimed and Daddy Ass are the current AEW trios champions.
Yes.
And we've got Bullet Club Gold are the current Ring of Honor 6-man champions.
Mm-hmm.
And this is literally title for title. The winning team walks away with all the gold.
Yeah, winner takes all.
Which is going to be sick.
Uh-huh.
Both teams are fantastic. There's been a bit of a... what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like an Avengers kind of thing. All the superheroes team up.
Yeah.
Where they had the Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Yes.
You know, they had that thing for a little bit. I think that must have ran about a month and a half maybe.
It was fun.
It was good. It was good. It was fun. It was entertaining. It was good to see Jay White, and you could kind of see there was still a little bit of friction. He was trying to take the spotlight still, and I figured that, okay, right, which way? Who's going to snap first? Who's going to buck this trend first? So on the, I think it was the Dynamite after Revolution, Darby Allin versus Switchblade Jay White. which Darby Allin broke his foot.
Yeah.
Eek. Switchblade Jay White won, understandably, because a Switchblade. It's one of the best in the world.
Yep.
And after the match, it looked like he was going to attack him. I think the Guns did attack him, actually. Out comes Billy Gunn. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he's like, yeah, sorry, okay, sorry, my bad. Jay White had a chair. And as Billy Gunn turned his back, Jay White just, wham, crowns Billy Gunn.
Yep.
Obviously ending the Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Mhm.
So we've gone from this...
Oh, hang on.
Oh, sorry, from this to Guns Up. Or if you're a scissor person, yeah, all right, fine. Go scissor yourself. So yeah, then we sort of gone a bit back and forth. There's been quite a bit of talking, shall we say? There was a match between Joe White and Billy Gunn, which kind of didn't really end because of the interference, obviously, because of the Gun Club.
Obviously.
And then we had a rather interesting home invasion where it appears nobody's home, but yet there's stuff on the TV, and it happened to be the week before Dynamite.
So they were home because they've caught them.
Well, they came through the front door. That's the thing I saw. Is they come through the front door.
I didn't see them coming through the front door.
So
just
to me,
the corner.
I mean, it might have been different kind of layout in the house, but it looked like to me they came through the front door, and Billy Gunn was like, "What the hell?" And then the Guns and Jay White leg it, understandably, and then obviously a bit more chatter back and forth, and then last night on Dynamite, the the Bullet Club, the Bang Bang Gang, were like, "Okay, you know what? Let's play for all the marbles. Let's play for all the stakes." Acclaimed, put your belts on the line. We'll put ours on the line. Winner takes all. To which the Acclaimed accepted.
Yep.
Boom. Now that's how you kick off a 0 hour.
Yeah, I can't believe this match is on 0 hour. It's mental.
I know, it's crazy. It's
There
nuts.
you go.
But I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. Anything you want to say about this?
I think you covered it background wise. In terms of like, I don't know, the teams, I feel like the Acclaimed were on such a high, and they've sort of naturally tapered down. And
I think when I believe that started when the Devil's Henchman kind of took them out, and then obviously putting them in with the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Kind of giving them a little bit of a shot in the arm, but then Max Caster apparently lost his ability to rap.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was legit, if he just stumbled all the time, or if it was a storyline. We don't know.
No idea.
But he hasn't done the rap thing since.
No.
But yeah, and yeah, go on, say.
So yeah, that natural decline, and the Gun Club is giving the Ass Boys a huge boost. Yeah, still Ass Boys. They sort of crossed each other, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Bullet
Club Gold's doing this.
Yeah.
And Acclaimed are kind of meeting them on the way down.
Yeah, exactly. So it's probably a timely occasion, and I guess leading into my prediction that Gun Club are going to take it.
Do you mean Bullet Club Gold? It's not Gun Club, it's Bullet Club Gold. Or Bang Bang Gang.
Bang Bang Gang.
So the
if there's guns involved, my brain gets confused.
The Gun Club was when Billy Gunn and the Guns were together.
Gotcha.
That was the Gun Club.
My apologies.
So you're going Bullet Club Gold?
Yes, Bullet Club Gold.
Who am I going for?
Bullet Club Gold.
By order of the Bang Bang Gang, new champs. Let's go Bullet Club Gold all the way. I feel it would be stupid not to capitalize on this because it's the Acclaimed, as you say, they have kind of done this, and while they do turn up and the fans cheer them,
it's a natural decline. It's not like they've gone.
Oh
yeah.
So
it's just the trajectory that things happen. So it's time for someone else to take it.
I'm not going to lie, I'm still a bit salty. The House of Black never got their title rematch.
Yeah. And you're salty about how the belts look. So.
Yeah, the belts are hideous. Now imagine the belts with a nice gold plate on them, right? Even though I'm a silver person, I prefer silver. Gold plate on them with two little guns at the end instead of scissors, you know? Or just bring back the original damn belts, right? Or just give the belts back to House of Black because they never should have lost them in the first place.
No.
Cool. And that leads us into the main show and a very nice segue into our first match because it's another trios match that we're going to cover. And I was a bit. It's difficult to kind of figure out what match goes in what order here because this card is just, as I say, it's stacked.
It's funny how often when we're doing AEW predictions that happens.
I know, right? But the first match we're going to talk about from the main show is an on-title match, and it is the TNT champion Adam Copeland teaming with Eddie Kingston and Mark Briscoe to take on the aforementioned House of Black.
Yes.
So it's great to see House of Black on a on a pay-per-view again.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where they weren't being featured much. They weren't being put on pay-per-views. There was leading to speculation that Malachi Black wanted to get out of his contract, which he's adamantly declined every single time. He's literally told people, I don't know where you're pulling this from.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the truth. And it's good to see a bit. I mean, so we're talking about what we said at the beginning of the video. There's great matches, and this match is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
But some of the build-ups come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, Mark Briscoe was feuding with House of Black. Okay, right, great. Then that it didn't fizzle out, but he went off and he did Ring of Honor for a little bit, and he fought Eddie Kingston, and he won the Ring of Honor World Championship from Eddie Kingston, who he's teaming with, by the way, on this card. And then all of a sudden, Malachi Black's turning up in the ring. Oh, no, sorry. Edge, Adam Copeland is interfering in House of Black's business.
Yeah.
Why? I don't quite understand where that's come from. Now, the week after, I believe I've got my timeline straight, Malachi Black turns up after a match that Adam Copeland has, almost like a threat. But Adam Copeland stuck his nose in their business first. Yes. So Malachi was just retaliating, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've got my timeline straight. I'm pretty sure it happened in that order. And then obviously Eddie Kingston's got a lot of respect for Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe's still feuding with the House of Black. So that's kind of where that comes from.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit thrown together. Like they wanted a match for House of Black as a trio.
But you could have pulled in, right, Mark Briscoe. You could have put Jay Lethal in instead of Adam Copeland, right? Make Jay Lethal relevant because he's still, well, we haven't seen him for a couple of weeks since the whole when he fought with, with Jeff Jarrett and that. I think it was against House of Black actually. And we haven't seen him since then. But Adam Copeland is the TNT champion. Why not put him in a singles match for the TNT title against someone? You know, I don't quite understand the logic on this one. Is it going to be a fantastic match?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it's going to be a great match. It's going to be awesome. I want to see Malachi Black versus Adam Copeland 1-on-1. I want to see Brody King versus Adam Copeland 1-on-1.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? But I don't quite understand why. And I guess it is like Mark Briscoe going, right, well, I need help. Okay, Eddie Kingston, natural choice. Adam Copeland, not so much. You know, I don't quite understand that one. Yeah. Any thoughts for me?
Controversial opinion.
Oh, here we go.
I have like utmost respect for Mark Briscoe. Just feels a little bit out of place somehow. Sticking nose in business. I guess that's his thing, maybe. Sticking his nose in the business of other people. And I get he's like the good guy and House of Black are the bad guys, but it just feels thrown together.
It's been such a long time since this whole feud kicked off. I can't even remember how it all started, to be honest.
It doesn't seem to fit for me.
No.
I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to be a bad match at all.
Oh no, absolutely not. It just feels like this could be something that could be done as a main event on Rampage or Collision. You know,
or it could have been on the 0 Hour.
Yeah.
Instead of the other one.
I can't. I legit cannot remember how this feud all started. If I'm honest, I can't.
I think he's trying to be a bit of the defender of the locker room. So House of Black is sort of trying to take people out one by one, and he's like, I'm going to stand up for them a bit.
But then, at that point, wouldn't you have someone... I mean, they did tease a feud with House of Black and BCC at one point. Wouldn't it be more logically thought out to have BCC follow through with that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I hate the BCC runs through everyone, and they seem to win everything, and it really annoys me. But that, to me, is a more logical choice.
Yes.
And it's obviously they're and we'll talk about one of the matches shortly, but obviously Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson. But we've got this whole Don Callis family versus the BCC at the moment. But I feel like House of Black is a better choice for it. But but yeah, no, I agree. I think like I still feel really bad that Mark lost his brother.
For sure.
Absolutely, Jay Briscoe is a talent, absolute generation talent. You know, and but is chucking him in random feuds like this the right thing? I don't know. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
And like he just won the title from Eddie Kingston, and they're now teaming up, and it's like, oh, this never goes well.
It's a bit like they've gone to Mark Briscoe and said, "Who do you want to fight?" Okay, who do you want to fight with? And he just like picked like his dream.
Or do you think Briscoe just went, "Who do you want to fight?" Yes. Okay, who do you want to team with? Yes.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Was it a random names out of a hat, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more to it than that. But...
Oh yeah. Who you got?
Briscoe's team.
Team Copeland?
Yeah, team.
We're calling it Team Copeland because he's the champion. Okay. Well, Briscoe's the champion as well, but as much as I hate the bet against the House of Black, I don't think they're going to put the TNT and Ring of Honor World Championship champions into a team and have them lose.
No,
and that
exactly.
sucks. Absolutely sucks, because House of Black deserve better.
Yeah, they sort of feel so dominant until they have a match.
You know what they actually think about this, right? What they could have done, right? Eddie Kingston versus Adam Copeland for the TNT title. Okay, Ring of Honor title. Okay, you could put it on the show, but it doesn't necessarily need to be on the show. Okay, they just had Super Card of Honor where he won it a few weeks back. Okay, House of Black chucked them in the three-way, in the trios match. So you'd have Acclaimed versus Bullet Club versus House of Black. Winner takes all. Imagine.
Yeah, that could have been cool.
Because then you've got, obviously, the Acclaimed are a bit more hard hitting. You've got the Guns who are a bit more, the Bullet Club are a bit more hard hitting, and then you got House of Black, which is just all rounded. Like you've got one of everything in that team. It's nuts.
Yep.
Cool. And as I say, speaking of the aforementioned Blackpool Combat Club, we lead into our last of our non-title matches, where we see Bryan Danielson taking on the one and only Will Ospreay. This kind of turned up from Revolution, where Will Ospreay made his debut for the company of Wrestling in the Ring. He beat Konosuke Takeshita. He fought on Dynamite the next Dynamite, and I can't remember who he took on. Oh, was it Fletcher? I think it was Carl Fletcher. Yeah, it was Carl Fletcher. I know we talked about it on Revolution. They mentioned it at Revolution, so I'm pretty sure it was Carl Fletcher. Then after the match, Bryan Danielson just turns up, and it's like, wait, what? Really? We're gonna get to see this?
Yeah.
A Dynasty? Cool. Really? And they cemented it the week after. They haven't really come into contact with each other per se.
No.
There's been a couple of interviews back and forth. Nothing major. Obviously, like Bryan Danielson calls himself the greatest of all time, or like one of the best in the world. Will Ospreay is legitimately one of the best in the world. The Billy Goat.
Yeah.
But then there's the byproduct of this is obviously the Don Callis family is kind of now feuding with the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yes.
Which again, it does fit, but it also doesn't fit at the same time. You know.
But you do have Will Ospreay seemingly not wanting to be feuding.
Yeah, Will Ospreay is absolutely a face in that group, and I liken it to what I was saying a couple of weeks when we were watching Dynamite or Collision and Swerve appeared, and I said. It's kind of funny that Swerve is the face, but the rest of the Mongol embassy is heel.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the very same thing, because obviously Will Ospreay is such a relatable guy. He's so down to earth. He's just fantastic in every sense of everything he does in the ring. That match with Claudio Castagnoli last night in Dynamite was incredible.
It was really good.
The way he countered the giant swing. What the hell was that? You know? And then obviously you got Don Callis who gets these guys and he twists them to their will to do anything that they can to cheat and steal victories and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, obviously, Will Ospreay has taken on every member of the Don Callis family as it stands right now. So he took on Carl Fletcher.
Yeah.
He took on Konosuke Takeshita at Revolution. Then he fought Powerhouse Hobbs a couple of weeks back in Dynamite.
Yep.
And he's beaten them all. But obviously, this thing, maybe they're getting a bit salty and they just want to kind of injure Bryan Danielson, but that's not what Ospreay wants. He wants to go in and have, as I think Tony Schiavone said, he doesn't want to have that asterisk next to the victory if he beats Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to say Bryan Danielson lost to Will Ospreay, but there was outside interference. He wants to beat him one-on-one. He wants to beat him clean. I don't think Don Callis quite understands that, and neither does the rest of the Don Callis family.
And it's not the Will Ospreay family.
No, it's not. But then, it's absolutely. And then, as you say, on Dynamite last night, it broke into a bit of a brawl.
Yeah.
After they had Claudio lose to Will Ospreay. Obviously, Will Ospreay beat Claudio Castagnoli, obviously. Out comes the Don Callis family, starts beating up on Claudio. Out comes Moxley. They start beating them both up. And Ospreay's just like, what the hell are you lot doing?
Yeah.
And he kind of storms off. And it's like, oh, okay. Interesting.
Very. Yes.
Interesting. But there's, in terms of the exact, like this match, there's the one guy was the one guy. There's not really been much apart from a couple of interviews. No. And I'm not upset about it, but it feels like there might have been an opportunity to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like it's the sort of match that's been made because the best wants to versus the best to see who's actually the best.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily need like calling each other out in the locker room or interfering in each other's matches. They these two guys just want to have a straight match. So I don't think they needed anything else.
No.
To me, it feels like a really well done build-up. They didn't go over the top. It's just right.
And they kind of feels a bit similar to Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
The two of the best technical wrestlers in the world going at it. And they've had 2 matches and they've both been great.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts you got about this apart from what you just said?
No, I think I'm ready to give my...
Who have you got?
All right, so...
Here we go.
Here's what I think.
Strap in, folks.
I think Will Ospreay's going to win.
Yep, but
there's going to be interference from Don Callis' family, and it's going to spark the falling out of Will Ospreay and Don Callis' family.
Yep. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I can see, as you say, Don Callis' family coming out ringside and then trying to interfere, and then like maybe just heel hooking Bryan. They were trying to pull him out the ring or whatever, and Ospreay's like, nah, that ain't going to fly, and he's going to dive over the ropes onto them or some flippy stuff, you know, and he's going to start beating out and be like, get the hell out of here. I don't want you here. And that's going to be the spark it, and that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay don't need no one to carry his bags. Will Ospreay was the leader of United Empire.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need Don Callis or his lackeys.
No, he doesn't.
Absolutely not. Will Ospreay for president.
Wait. The other option is that the victory is because of interference. So then he does have that asterisk. So while he has the victory, he wants a rematch one-on-one with no interference. And then he has to, like, in the background.
Yeah, I think the downside with that is that Bryan Danielson, this is literally, he's in his last year of his career. And if they're going to string it out with multiple matches with one opponent, it's going to kind of
limit what he
yeah. And it's kind of, so I think he would rather have that one-off match, have it clean, have Ospreay do whatever he needs to do to get rid of the Don Callis family, and then move on to the next opponent. Because that's what it seems like. Because obviously Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson, he's had Zack Sabre Jr. this year, and it's kind of boom, boom, boom. It all seems to be right, I've beaten you or I haven't beaten you. That's it. It's done.
Yeah.
Move on to the next.
So do you think then, given the scenario, the heel hook and then Ospreay has to sort them out, that Bryan Danielson just stepped back, lets him sort his business out and just waits for him to be ready to carry on? Or is he going to take advantage of that distraction?
If anything, I think the respect that he would have for Will Ospreay, he would help Ospreay clear out the Callis family.
Oh, cool.
Then both men would sort of stop, look at each other, and be like, let's get back in the ring.
Maybe even a handshake.
Maybe just let's get back in the ring. Go back in the ring. Reset. Let's go.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would quite like to see that.
I'm actually getting chills kind of thinking about seeing that happen, and I think it would be really cool if we did see that happen.
Yeah. Sportsmanship.
The code of the Billy Goats.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the last of our non-title matches. Now we storm into our title matches. And another segue on purpose. I did that one on purpose. The first title match we're going to talk about is for the Women's World Championship, and it is Toni Storm, Timeless Toni Storm, defending against Thunder Rosa. So Thunder Rosa came back after, I think it was over a year, maybe a year and a half, somewhere around there, where she couldn't fight because she had an injury. She's rehabbed. She's back. I'm gonna say it. I really don't like her new music. Sounds too generic. I prefer her old music.
Oh, it's better than some of the new music.
Oh yeah. Better than, you know what? Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
You can guess.
And like, Toni Storm's gimmick for me is just kind of doing a lot of this.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's good. Oh, right, okay. Oh, that's good. Oh, okay, right. Oh, and it's.
She peaked on the way down, like the Acclaimed a little bit.
Yeah.
But she has had ups and downs. But
yeah. So the way this has sort of come about is Thunder Rosa, as I say, came back and she was having matches and she was winning the matches. She got to the sort of number one contendership point, but so did Mariah May, who was starting to have matches as well, and she's been sort of getting better in the ring as well.
Yeah.
She's got this the vintage, I guess, old school Toni Storm look going on, which is
Toni Storm on the.
Which is really weird. I get it. Like it's kind of throwing back a bit to Mickie James and Trish Stratus, which you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I think I've heard about it.
Mickie James came into the business as a stalker, stalking Trish Stratus as her biggest fan, and it kind of strikes me a bit like that.
Yes.
So they had obviously they were tied, and we'll talk about that. The same thing happened in one of the other matches, but they were both sort of in the same numbers of wins, losses, etc. So they went, okay, let's put the number one seeds Mariah May and Thunder Rosa into a match.
Mm-hmm.
Thunder Rosa obviously wins the match.
Yes.
It again, much like the Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, has been mainly talk.
Mm-hmm.
There was that point where Toni Storm, there was like a little summit. I can't remember what she called it, the summit thing, where she had Thunder Rosa come out and she threw the champagne in her face, got a towel, started wiping off all her makeup after beating her down, which was nuts. And then last night on Dynamite, you had was it Mariah May and she was facing someone on the camera? Oh, Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah.
And obviously Toni Storm was out there getting involved. Out comes Thunder Rosa. She kind of does the reverse. Toni Storm's supposed to be pristine with all her makeup dashing, darling, with her lipstick perfect and all this kind of lot.
Mm-hmm.
Thunder Rosa gets her, hooks her into almost like a oh God, what's it called? Camel clutch without the thing around the chin.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got the makeup. She's got this lipstick, a purple lipstick, which isn't as the thing Tony said. That's not even her color.
Yeah.
Smudging it all over her face, wiping it all over her face. And it's like, okay, all right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to be a technical match. This is going to be a brawl.
Yeah.
With these two, it's just they're just going to go and be like, ding ding, smack.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I see it going down.
Yeah. It'll be quite interesting to see if Toni Storm still has this sort of almost slapstick kind of thing going on, where it's a bit far fetched.
Yeah.
Against Thunder Rosa, who's going to be like really serious and hard hitting. So it'll be an interesting dynamic.
I kind of want Toni Storm to come out still having this lipstick smudged on her face.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
like it's fractured his psyche or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Ooh.
that could be interesting. And again, that would pique the character. That would be like, okay, we're on a peak now, as opposed to we're on a downward turn.
Yeah.
I haven't really got anything else to say about this match.
No.
If I'm perfectly honest.
You do have the whole thing where it's because Thunder Rosa, when she left, she had to give up the championship. So she feels entitled to have it back. So
Toni Storm won the interim women's championship prior to the timeless Toni Storm gimmick. She was the interim women's champion.
Right.
And
There's
after
all drama behind the scenes, isn't there?
And I think it was after a month and a half or so, Tony Khan was like, I'm going to have to strip Thunder Rosa of the title. Toni Storm is now the women's champion. And Thunder Rosa never lost that title. And that's obviously, they're kind of putting it a bit around that as well. But
I really, again, like, Thunder Rosa's great. She's great in the ring and everything. But that argument just doesn't hold weight for me because she was injured. She couldn't defend it.
Yeah.
The championship had to be stripped. Someone had to have it. You didn't lose it.
Yeah.
But you didn't keep it.
Yeah.
Not entitled to anything.
See,
anyway.
Thunder Rosa's great in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I find her promos a bit lacking.
Yeah.
Unless they're like pre-recorded and they might have done several takes. And when she's live, I don't think she's that great on the mic.
She could do some work.
Like, that's not to discredit Thunder Rosa and everything.
Everyone's got their strengths.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at Max Caster and his raps recently. Anything else you want to say with this one?
No, I'm good. We'll go to
predictions time. Who do you got?
I think Thunder Rosa's gonna win it.
Okay.
Similar to the Acclaimed with Toni Storm's trajectory heading a bit downwards. Maybe the focus is moving on to Mariah May a little bit, and Thunder Rosa coming back. She has earned her way to the title picture, rankings-wise. And although she wasn't entitled to keep the title after she left, I think another shot at keeping it wouldn't be a bad thing. Let's see what she can do with it this time around. Don't get injured.
Yeah, cool. Who am I going for?
Toni Storm.
Go for Toni Storm. I think that it's too soon for Rosa to reclaim that title.
Okay.
Personally, if it was me, you could book the match, but I wouldn't have her winning it. Definitely wouldn't have her winning it. I probably would have done this as an eliminator match.
Okay.
I see the Mariah May Storm thing coming to head.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at Double or Nothing. Maybe Forbidden Door. It's going to be not soon, but fairly soon. And I can see them sort of having a falling out and then having a shot for the title.
Okay.
I would really prefer to see someone like Serena Deeb take it from Toni Storm.
Yeah.
The final boss.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Not The Rock, Serena Deeb, who started using it first, the professor.
Yeah.
So Serena Deeb came back from injury.
Mm-hmm.
She's never had a women's title shot as I can remember. If she did, I can't remember it, obviously, because I don't remember. But she's been doing really well.
Yeah.
And that's almost like a challenge that it's a challenge Toni Storm has not faced.
True.
As far as I can remember, she's not faced Serena Deeb, especially in AEW. Serena Deeb is a technical master.
Yeah.
Having her go up against Toni Storm, she would tie her in knots and just leave her laying in the middle of the ring.
I can already imagine Toni Storm's facial expression.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It'd be great. It'd be great. And I think that if you're going to put it on someone, it's like you don't want Britt Baker coming back and taking it because she's had the championship.
Yes.
Same with Riho, same with Nyla Rose. I think you get into a bit of a stalemate and slight tangent. WWE's got into that stalemate of usually having the same people having the belts all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, Damian Priest and Cody Rhodes are two different things because that's something that happened recently. But
it's a Paul Levesque era.
Yeah, but I don't want AEW to get into that.
Yeah.
And that unfortunate thing of, oh, well, Toni Storm got it. Okay, well, now she's on Thunder Rosa. Okay, who's going to beat Thunder Rosa? It's going to be Britt Baker. Okay, who's going to beat Baker? It's going to be Toni Storm. I don't want to get into that vicious cycle of having just the same 4 people having the title. And I think Serena Deeb would be a really good shot for this.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, next match was made last night on Dynamite, and we've got defending the FTW Championship is Hook against the Lionheart Chris Jericho. Having mentioned how much I'm really enjoying listening to White Zombie playing Jericho to the ring.
You have to me. It's very cool.
Yeah, it is. Like Judas is great, but it does kind of get old a bit quick when you've heard it for like 3 years on the trot.
Yeah.
You know?
The crowd loves singing, but sometimes you just gotta let it be.
Yeah. And I think the Lionheart is definitely a bit more of the sort of the dickhead heel kind of Jericho, which you can't really do Judas to that.
No.
Because they're coming out and they're having a good time, they're singing, as you say. With this, he's not. He's coming to the ring. He's got a face like a slapped ass kind of look, you know? So this sort of came about when Jericho fought Hook on Dynamite a number of weeks back. Hook wins. Like, wait, what? And Jericho's like, okay, how about you show me some stuff like that. It was great, and I want to be your mentor. What do you say? And Hook's like, all right. So they've been teaming up. They teamed up with Katsuyori Shibata at one point, and that's where it kind of started coming to head here. Is that Katsuyori Shibata? There was a bit of miscommunication. Hook was going for the tag. Jericho pulls him off the apron, and he's trying to sort of teach him something in the moment, according to Jericho. And it's kind of just really quickly spun out of that. It's like Jericho's a hothead when he's not getting his way.
Yeah.
Hook's a hothead when someone's in his face.
Yeah.
Jericho gets in people's faces when he's not getting his way. So he's just kind of gone really quickly, you know, to sort of capture on the recent TV series that was really popular, Fallout. Watching them two hit each other is like watching that little bomb just go.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, and then obviously Jericho was like, okay, Taz, Hook's dad, I want to talk to Hook in the ring. Can you make it happen? And Taz is like, all right, cool, bet. So they go to the ring, and Jericho's there, and Hook's there, and he's like, Hook's like, I don't need your mentorship. You're nothing to me. And Taz is trying to cool things down, and Jericho's telling him to shut up. Hook's telling Jericho to stop telling his dad to shut up. And then it comes to a point where Jericho, I can't remember if he pushes or hits him. Pushes him, and Taz has got a bum knee at the moment, and he's obviously broken his neck a couple of times, and then Hook just backs Jericho right into that corner. And it's like, okay. And then that's when the match gets made.
Yeah. It's a great build-up.
Yeah. The problem is it's quite sporadic. It's quite knee-jerk. It's like, oh, God, that was quick. But when you think about it, it really hasn't. Because it's been maybe 3, 4, 5 weeks-ish, give or take. It's
been a sort of steady progression until the escalation.
It's kind of when...
With the egos in the ring, the escalation's going to be quick.
It's kind of when you've got water in a saucepan, waiting for it to boil to add the rice or pasta or potato or whatever you're cooking at the time. And it's slight bubbles. All of a sudden, it's like... It's like, whoa, where the hell did that come from? You know, and it's kind of doing that. And I kind of like that. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's great. And no one pushes Taz.
Nope.
The crowd's like, oh, you have to straight away. Hook's gonna kill you.
Oh yeah,
all those chants.
Yeah. No, this, and obviously the FTW isn't a sanctioned title.
Yeah.
But this probably will be FTW rules because it is an FTW title match.
Yeah.
So the last time I can remember seeing one of these, was it World's End with Wheeler Yuta? I think it was World's End. I was going to say All In, but that was with Jack Perry, but I know he was on after that. Yes, it was. It was Hook versus Wheeler Yuta, and obviously Hook retained.
Yes.
Any other thoughts on this one?
Oh, both these guys are just great in the ring. Chris Jericho is a veteran with just amazing skills and ring awareness, all that good stuff. And Hook's, he just a number of years ago. It's years ago now. It came out of nowhere, but he's still sort of that spark that you look at him, you don't expect him to be that good, but he is.
If
really
you
good.
think about the sort of early days of Hook, he's just chaperoning Team Taz.
Yeah.
Just coming out to the ring and interfering in the matches. You know, that's how Hook started out in AEW, and now he's like, what the hell?
Yeah, he's like
he's had a match against Samoa Joe, which has been called one of the best matches of the year so far.
He's on the way to being one of the top guys for sure, and he's got bigger things in his future than the FTW Championship.
Absolutely.
But he wears that thing well.
I'm proud. Absolutely proud, and I would be too, because it's his dad's title. You know, his dad made the title. Who have you got?
Hook to retain.
Hook to retain?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest mistake was Jericho pushing his dad. He's not going to let him. He's not going to let him off lightly.
So I can see. Okay, so.
Oh, here we go.
I'm going Jericho.
Oh.
All right.
Go on
okay.
Then.
And I can see Taz getting involved. Right.
Okay.
Taz is on commentary on ringside, and Jericho's mouthing off to him. He's got like hooks down, or in the line tamer, or the Words of Jericho or something. Or he's just been bludgeoned and he's laying on the floor. And then Jericho starts mouthing off to Taz. Taz gets up, goes in the ring. Jericho slams Hook, or maybe even handcuffs him, for example, to the ropes. This would be a good one. Sticks Taz in the line tamer of the Walls of Jericho, and he's like, "You quit, or I'm breaking your dad's back."
Ooh, interesting.
I think the right choice, either way, even if I'm wrong and Hook wins it, I do think the right choice is to get Taz involved in one way or another. Because he's already been pulled into it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just getting in Jericho's face, or not completely out there, but what if Taz turns on Hook?
Yeah.
You know, you went to him for advice instead of me. Guess what? Now you don't got me either.
Oh, no.
But that's something that you could. No. But that's something that you could do. There's so many ways this could go. Is kind of what I'm leaning to.
They got options.
Yeah.
Cool.
So as for this particular moment in time, unless something changes on Collision or Rampage, I'm definitely going Jericho. And then that would free Hook to maybe go for another title.
Okay.
Hook versus Adam Copeland.
Ooh.
Hook versus Roderick Strong.
I think the problem with Jericho winning is then they've got one win each.
Yeah.
They don't always have to have a rubber match.
No. But then at some point, Hook will probably get that title back. But it's or Taz might find a new protege. You know, we don't know how it's going to go. We haven't got a clue where we got planned yet. But
maybe Jericho sits under Taz's learning tree.
Well, they were in ECW at the same time at one point, so cool. All right, moving on to the next match then. Speaking of Roddy Strong, we have Roderick Strong defending his international championship against the returning Kyle O'Reilly. So at Revolution, we're not going to go into any Death Revolution, but Roddy Strong wins the title from Orange Cassidy. All of a sudden, behind him is Kyle O'Reilly, and it's like, what the hell?
Yep.
The world didn't see that coming. I thought that was great. They've been having sort of trying to recruit him into the Undisputed Kingdom, and Kyle O'Reilly's like, no, I just need to go on my own. I just want to do it on my own. I was like, all right, you know, fair play. You know, we're friends. You know, I get it. And he's been going out and having these matches. After the matches, Roddy Strong and the Kingdom's coming in, the Undisputed Kingdom coming in, giving me a hug, congratulating him, all this kind of stuff. And then there was a point, I can't remember who it was, but Roddy, I can't even remember the match off the top of my head now. I think it was Kyle O'Reilly versus someone. Or it might have been Roderick Strong versus someone. And I'll be damned if I can remember. I wish I'd written it down now. But after the match, they were beating up on this person. Kyle O'Reilly comes out and is like, what the hell are you doing? Next thing you know, Riley's on the floor and the Kingdom are beating the hell out of him too. So it's like, where the hell did that come from? And we still haven't quite gotten an answer for that yet.
Yeah. Which
is interesting as to why do they turn on him without provocation and not say, and we might get something on Collision, we might get something on Rampage.
Maybe. There was I guess, Roddy Strong feeling like he didn't need them, wanted to go on his own, wanted to do it himself. Maybe that was enough of a slight for Roderick Strong, who's not the most sane person. Yeah.
But then who's to say this isn't orders from Adam Cole?
Maybe.
The head of the Undisputed Kingdom, right? For anyone who is wondering why Adam Cole hasn't been seen for a little while, apparently going to TV and pay-per-views were slowing down his recovery. So they decided to keep him off TV and focus on the recovery instead, which is fair enough. I completely condone that. I think that's fantastic.
Didn't Roderick Strong, didn't Kyle O'Reilly sort of make a hint that he wanted to go for Roderick Strong's title, and Roderick Strong sort of wouldn't give him that opportunity.
That's possible.
Am I misremembering that? I think there was something about
you might be right there. Yeah, you might be right.
We'd support you getting a title, but
not this one.
Not this one.
Yeah, that does ring a bell.
Like
actually, yeah, that does ring a bell. So maybe that's what it is.
So
maybe he feels threatened.
Yeah,
maybe he feels threatened by him.
But it's led to a title match. So.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah.
You know, which is cool. It was Battle of the Belts, wasn't it? It was Battle of the Belts, and it was Roderick Strong. Oh, it was Rocky Romero.
There we go.
Rocky Romero. I knew it'd pop in my head at some point. My brain works really weirdly. Yeah, it was Rocky Romero. They were beating down, and Kyle O'Reilly turned up and was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then they beat him down. I haven't really got much else to say for this one.
No.
Both are great guys. Both are great talents. They were both part of Undisputed Era in NXT.
They know each other very well.
Oh, they've been around for years. Yeah.
Which always leads to some great stuff in the ring.
So, yeah. Who have you got?
Roddy Strong to retain.
Okay. This one I'm really tied on.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Roderick as well.
Cool. Things might change.
But I'm wondering if... So we had, in Undisputed Era, we had Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly. Do you remember who the fourth member was?
Nope.
Bobby Fish.
Bobby
Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Red Dragon for years and years. Independent and Ring of Honor. Red Dragon. Bobby Fish, I think he's with Impact Wrestling at the moment, but I don't know if he's got a contract.
Okay.
I'm not 100% certain on this one. But what if he turns up and Kyle O'Reilly is like, oh, yes, my buddy's here. He's going to help me because the Undisputed Kingdom are kicking my ass because there's 3 of them and 1 of me. And then Bobby Fish turns on him and joins Undisputed Kingdom.
Maybe.
Alternatively, he could go the other way.
Yeah.
He could come out and try and pretend to be supporting Kingdom and turn on them and join Kyle. Again, there's numerous ways this could go, and we don't know yet. And I don't know what Bobby Fish is doing. It's complete speculation. I have no idea. But that's just something that's popped in my head.
Yeah, I love a bit of speculation.
Yeah. Fantasy booking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. So the next match we've got is the last of our women's matches, and we have defending her TBS championship is Julia Hart, and she's defending against Willow Nightingale. So this feud's been bubbling for quite a while with Willow and Chris Statlander and Julia Hart and Sky Blue. They've had tag matches, they've had one-on-one matches, they've had a street fight, and then Willow won a fatal 4-way. I think Sky Blue was definitely in there. I can't remember who the other 2 participants were. It was a little while ago. And obviously became the number 1 contender because of this fatal 4-way. Okay, great, awesome. Since then, obviously, Julia's been playing some mind games, and there was a point. Okay, so big business happened. AEW big business.
Yeah.
Willow was having an interview with Chris Statlander on the stage, and out comes the newest acquisition to the women's roster for AEW, the CEO, Mercedes Moné.
Also terrible entrance music.
Terrible entrance music.
Really bad.
She's been fumbling her promos like a toddler fumbles a ball. I just clutching at straws in that analogy.
Great.
It hasn't been great at all. And like,
she always sounds so confident.
Her first match is going to be a Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
And she basically said during this one promo that the winner of Julia Hart versus Willow, I get them next, a Double or Nothing.
We were talking not long ago about
rankings?
Earning your spot, earning your title match.
Yeah. How about you go up the rankings first? How about you come in, when you're healed, do you work your way up the rankings and then get a title match? I really don't understand what they're doing with this. I don't like it.
No.
I really don't like it.
It's like it's not that difficult to squash some people, get your rankings up, right?
Yep.
She could do that easy and look good doing it.
Maybe.
Matter of opinion.
If her in-ring ability, because she's been out of the ring for about a year, maybe longer. If her in-ring's ability is as good as her mic work right now,
I think it's always been ring work's better than mic work for her.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, going into a title match as your first match back when we don't know if you've got ring rust, it's going to be a risky one.
Now, someone that's probably watching this going, why are they talking about Mercedes Moné instead of Julia Hart versus Willow? And this is where it leads me into. So Mercedes Moné got attacked last week on Dynamite. The lights went out. She got attacked, and that's kind of set her back or whatever. The same thing kind of happened to Willow. So she was supposed to team up with Adam Copeland to take on Brody King and Julia Hart, okay, on last night's Dynamite. So as Adam Copeland standing in the ring, there's a thing popping up on the screen of Willow laying down the back, like, ow, my shoulder.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know who attacked me. I don't know who it was. But obviously, speculation is it's Julia Hart and Brody King.
Because they always turn the lights off.
The thing is, backstage, you wouldn't be able to turn the lights off, right?
Oh
So
God.
whoever it is attacked them from behind.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, everyone's trying to pin it on Julia Hart, and then obviously they have the match, and then Willow comes out towards the end of the match. She gets tagged in. Julia crowns her with that chain on her fist, sticks her in the hurt lot with the Heartless.
Yeah.
Completely out of cold because she's been knocked out with this chain. And I know, so that's it. She's knocked out with this chain, and that obviously feeds into the story. Mercedes Moné comes in for the save, and it's like, right, okay. My question in this one is, where's Sky Blue been for the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I haven't seen her for a few weeks.
If she's been doing the attacking, maybe she's keeping a low profile.
This is what I'm thinking, yeah. I'm wondering if it's her, or I'm wondering if nobody attacked Mercedes, right? She took a dive, okay, to pin it on Julia to divert Willow's attention. And Mercedes is the one that attacked Willow because they've got unresolved beef from when it was the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. That title was literally made for Mercedes Moné. In the match, her ankle snapped.
Yep.
And Willow ended up winning the match because of it. So that kind of feeds into the story a little bit.
They have been talking about Willow's the one who injured her. Yeah.
So I mean that's there's a couple of potentials for who it is, but I don't think it's as clear cut as Julia Hart.
No.
I don't think Julia would attack someone in the back. She would do it with all the black mist and the lights down, lights up, lights down, lights up kind of.
She likes a
gimmick.
show.
Yeah. That's the whole point. Yeah.
She moves in the shadows.
Yeah.
But
it's just the House of Black's way, you know. But yeah, so so the winner of this match for the title is going to face Mercedes Moné at Double or Nothing. Anything else you can say with this one?
I think it's going to be a good match. There's a lot sort of surrounding it.
Yeah.
That kind of clouds it a little bit. It's going to be great. Yeah, Julia Hart's amazing.
Yeah.
Willow is so talented.
I still think Willow's got a bit of way to go. But yeah, she is.
She is really. She's got potential.
Yeah.
Huge
Absolutely.
potential.
Absolutely. What you got?
I think I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna say Willow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that Mercedes Moné interferes and swings it in Willow's favor, but not to advantage Willow long term because she wants to face her.
She wants to beat her for the title, like Willow beat her for the title. Yeah.
So it won't be clean. So Julia still ends up looking strong and has a good reason to feud, maybe.
So the only other thing I can think of that could come from that is, what if Sky Blue turns up and turns on Julia?
Oh, I don't want that.
No, neither do I. But together. I'm just kind of trying to figure out ways this can happen. But I'm probably gonna kick myself for this, but I'm gonna stick with the House of Black.
Okay.
The House always wins. I think Julia is the better opponent for Mercedes right now.
Yeah, I would not argue with that.
Like, don't get me, Willow's great. Yeah. She's a big lady, and she's like a bulldozer.
Yeah.
I think having Mercedes go against someone who is more her size is the safer option.
Willow is very safe for.
But yeah. Well, you say that. Mercedes Moné's ankle snapped like a twig.
Yeah, I didn't see the incident.
I didn't either, but
to know exactly what happened. Freak accidents happen as well.
Yeah. Oh, I put your initial bum up. That's wrong.
That's not me.
So you predicted both to win, apparently.
Definitely winning.
But like, I just don't want to see Julia lose to Mercedes Moné because I think that would be just suck.
Yeah.
But whoever wins this match, I don't think there's any question Mercedes Moné is winning that belt.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Next up, speaking of coming in with takeovers, for the Continental Championship, we have Kazuchika Okada defending against the returning Bastard Pack. I can say that because it's actually his name.
It is.
The Bastard Pack. Justin Roberts loves saying that, doesn't he? You can tell.
It's a great word.
He's like, the bastard.
He just really gears up for it.
He does.
Great.
So obviously Okada is All Elite. He came in during Big Business and has sided with the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
The VPs, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson. He challenged Eddie Kingston for the Continental Championship. that was obviously not the combination of the 3 titles. It was just the one that was on the line because Eddie lost the Ring of Honor Championship to Mark Briscoe. He is still the current, as far as I'm aware, the current New Japan Strong Openweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
So Okada beat Eddie Kingston on like his 2nd or 3rd match with the company. Great. Okada deserved it because he is the Rainmaker.
Yeah.
He was being called by the company. He wasn't calling himself it. It was the company going, he is the final boss of New Japan.
You're crazy.
Because he won 2 G1s in a row.
Yeah.
I think he's like a 5-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion. It's crazy. He's so good. He's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Pac is Pac.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Pac. Pac is great. He's phenomenal.
He looks so small compared to some of the other guys, but he is fast.
He can hold his own, though.
He is strong.
Like, I wouldn't want to take a punch from Pac. Like, I don't care how big you are. I wouldn't want to take a punch from him.
What an intimidating looking guy as well.
He's like a little. I kind of liken it to like a raccoon or a honey badger.
Yeah.
Or a wolverine. You know, they're tiny, but don't mess with them.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get the business end of the claws.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like a little Tasmanian devil. So the Elite obviously teamed up and they were beating down on Eddie and Penta on Collision after Big Business, I believe it was. I can't remember whether they were tagging. I think it was Commander. It was a trios tag match with the Elite versus them. I think it was Commander, not 100%. And they're beating up and they got the numbers favor and they're beating up on Eddie and Penta and out comes Pac. And it's like, what the hell's going on here? This is like the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, but across Dynamite and Collision. Mm-hmm. Like so many people return and so many people have debuted and it's like, you know, that was great. And then obviously they've had a bit of a back and forth and Pac was like, I want that title. Mm-hmm. Give me that shot, Okada. And he's like, the way he does it is so patronizing.
Yeah. The
way he talks, and it's just so good. I just love it. It's so good. And I mean, that's pretty much it so far. And we have got upcoming on Collision this week. We've got the Elite versus FTR and Pac. Mm-hmm. That's going to be interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure we did have a 6-man tag with Eddie Kingston and Penta as well with the Elite. Pretty sure the Elite won that one. I don't think they've lost since they've sort of culminated as the Elite. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but that's pretty much it. So there's not been much of back and forth. Okada's just had very few words. I'm not sure how good Okada's English is, but what he is saying is just spot on.
Yeah.
You know, whether or not he's practicing before, or if he just speaks fluent English, I do not know. But he's a man of few words, and he doesn't need to speak a lot. That's the thing.
No.
He does his talking in the ring.
The Bucks talk enough for him anyway.
That's harsh. That's
but
harsh.
True.
That's our EVPs you're slandering.
Sorry, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson.
There we go. Yeah. Anything else about this from you, guys?
Oh, I mean, it's going to be great. I'm quite interested to see this. It sort of feels like one of those matches that is just going to be a bit of a show stealer, I think. So, looking forward to it. Yeah. It's like Pac can do the hard hitting. He's also got the flying style. Mm-hmm. Okada is mainly ground and grapple and pound. Mm-hmm. He can do some high flying stuff, but not as much. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. Yeah.
Who you got?
Oh, it's a tricky one.
Is it?
I think Okada will retain.
Yeah. Why do you keep looking at my notes when you know they're too competitive?
So I don't say names wrong. You know me. I've done it. I did it in this video.
Yeah.
I vote for Okada. There'll probably be interference. I don't know. Might be something. I think Pac will come close. Very, very close.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Well, I don't think I agree. I know I agree with that. I'm going to stick with Okada, and I'll state why later on. But yeah, no, I think I don't know if there'll be interference. It depends on if this happens before or after the tag match.
Yeah, that's the trouble, not knowing that.
I think that Okada will probably do it clean, or if he doesn't, it'll be someone from Pac's past who has a history with him, who comes out to cost him the match, and that's why he loses.
Okay.
But I don't think Nicholas and Matthew will have a hand in this.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so moving on to the next match, and it's not the tag match.
Okay.
The next match we've got is Samoa Joe defending his AEW World Championship against whose house?
Swerve's house.
Swerve Strickland. So, obviously at Revolution, we had the triple threat. We had Hangman Page, we had Swerve, we had Joe. Swerve didn't get beat for the title. So he feels that he should get a fair crack at it, because Hangman is the one that kind of buggered his chance, basically.
I get it.
So instead of sort of just being handed it, again, going back to what we were saying earlier with Mariah May and Thunder Rosa. I keep going to call her Rosa Storm. We didn't mention Thunderstorm. Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm tag team called Thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Konosuke Takeshita and Swerve Strickland had the exact same match record. I think it was 5 wins and 0 losses for 2024. As such, you've got to kind of have a playoff to see who is going to be the number contender. That's what they did on Dynamite. The match was incredible, and Swerve Strickland obviously wins the match. So then they have the contract signing the next week.
Yeah.
Last week, I think it was on Dynamite. And it was seemingly going fairly civil for a while. And then I can't remember who fired the first salvo. I want to say it was Swerve, I think.
Can't remember.
But it ended up in a brawl.
Yeah.
And Swerve gets busted open hard, and he's bleeding like a stuck pig. And Joe slams him through the table, and he's walking away. And he's like, ha. Swerve just kind of crawls over to the contract. He gets the pen, and he's like, no, you're going to have to do worse than that to me. And Joe's like,
yeah.
What the hell? Oh, no, I think it was the chain. I think he hit him with the chain, and then he jumped back in the ring when he got back up and slammed him through the table. But Swerve dips the pen in his open wound, writes it, smears blood all over this contract. It's like, looks like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It was so good.
I reckon the writing with the blood didn't look as good as he was hoping, so he was like, all right, we'll just do that then.
But again, that shows what a professional this guy is and how good he is at ad-libbing as he needs to, you know, and I think it's fantastic. And then obviously last night they were having like backstage segments with Renee. Joe talked to Renee first, then Swerve talked to Renee, and Swerve's like, you know what? All respect to you, Renee. You're great at what you do, but rips off the mic. I want to say this to Joe's face. Rips off his jacket and storms out. End of the show, he comes to the ring, and Joe comes out with security. He's like, no. There's like, what, 10 guys, maybe 8 to 10 guys trying to hold him back.
Guys. He's been invited out. His music's playing.
I know, right? Just let him go, right? That doesn't sort of Swerve from just killing them all in one shot, which was nuts. That's stomp from the top.
I thought he was going to do a dive.
Yeah, so did I.
Feet first.
It was the Swerve stomp on that poor guard's shoulders, and it just dominoes a lot of them. And it's like,
he lands upright pretty much.
And then Swerve gets right up to Joe's face. He's like, I'm taking that title. And then just Joe's like, boom, boom, and they start struggling in the ring. And then, the end result is Swerve eats a muscle buster.
Yeah.
After it looked like Nana was going to get it. Again, it's another case of there's not been a lot going on, but what has happened, it's impactful, but it's so short to summarize is the issue of it. So we've only spent like 2 minutes on what the main event, and it's probably one of the best matches on the card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you got about this one?
It is billed as the main event. We know this is going to be last, unless they do some other weird business, because there's some weird stuff happening with main events.
There's
lately.
Either this or Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson is going to be the last on the event. I think it's going to be this.
It just spins me out. But that's a whole nother thing.
So
it's going to be an awesome.
There
match.
is speculation. You've seen the poster, you've seen the match cards and stuff. You know the aesthetic that they look like. Who used to wear purple and gold on a few occasions to the ring with that kind of pattern?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
He's better than you, and you know it. The speculation is rife right now that MJF's making his comeback at this event.
There was a MJF missing poster in the audience.
I'm not so certain that is going to be the case. Like, I think it would be great if he did.
I think it might be too soon for him to come back.
That's what I'm thinking.
It hasn't been that long, really, in
but
wrestling terms.
I just felt that I wanted to give you all the information.
Okay.
So if you've got anything else to say about this one, who you got?
I'm going Swerve.
Going Swerve?
I'm going to go Swerve.
Who am I going for?
Swerve.
Whose house?
Swerve's house.
I think Joe's great.
Yeah.
Great champion.
Amazing champion.
But again, kind of like we're talking with the Acclaimed, like
it's the trajectory.
Swerve's doing this.
Yeah.
And Joe he's done this and he's like that. He's not doing this, he's staying there. But Swerve is doing this.
Yeah.
And I think
Swerve's time.
they would be stupid not to give the belt to Swerve right now.
I agree.
Because he is so hot.
He is.
Temperature wise. I don't mean, oh my god, you're so good looking. Like temperature wise.
Well.
I don't I'm not that way inclined. But yeah, I think he's fantastic, and he's got a really good shot at getting this. Now, I've just thought of this as well, that if MJF does come back, he's probably going to take the hump with Joe and cost him the title, right?
Yeah, that would be the way it goes.
Because Joe partnered with Adam Cole and the Undisputed Kingdom to take that title off of MJF at World's End. So if he comes back, that's going to be the cause.
Yes. We'll see, I guess.
And then that leads us on to the final match of these predictions.
It's time for not the main event.
And that is Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, the EVPs, the Young Bucks, versus FTR in a tag team championship ladder match. So those of you who only watch the pay-per-views on the predictions videos, don't watch Dynamite, Collision, etc., you're like, well, who's defending the championships? The answer is no one. Sting and Darby Allin beat Nicholas and Matthew Jackson for the titles, or to retain the titles at Revolution. As such, Sting is now retired, and the belts were vacated the next night, next Wednesday on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I'll get right in a minute.
All good.
So then they had a tournament, which, fair game. They didn't just go, oh, let's put the Bucks and FTR on it because we can. They had a tournament. They did it right.
I love that.
Which I thought was great. And I'll flash up the tournament bracket here. I'm not going to go through it. I haven't got the notes for all of it here, but it's going to be up on the screen at some point here. But obviously FTR wins their side of the brackets. So they're in the finals. And the Young Bucks win their side of the brackets, which means they're in the finals.
Yeah.
Then randomly on Collision, I think it was either Toni or Excalibur just like, oh, yeah, by the way, that tag team title match just got word. It's now a ladder match. Like, what?
Oh, okay.
And I'm wondering if this leads into Young Bucks' EVP stroke.
Because they know a ladder match favors them.
Exactly.
Because they are very experienced in ladder matches.
Exactly right. Exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking. They haven't necessarily said that.
No.
They haven't said anything about why it's a ladder match at this particular moment in time.
But it makes sense.
It does make sense. There was that sort of... The Bucks showed the footage between Jack Perry and CM Punk from All In backstage last week on Dynamite. And that is their excuse for losing to FTR in London.
Yeah.
Because they were dealing with all the backstage stuff, and they weren't focusing too much on the match because of all that CM Punk crap. So they that's why they showed that, and they've said in interviews since they don't regret showing it, even though a lot of the people backstage think it was the wrong idea, wrong thing to do.
Yeah, it
is what it is. So then they were showing an FTR and Young Bucks promo package last night on Dynamite. And it's like, all of a sudden, whoa, what is this? This is awful. All right, cut it. Cut the tape.
Like, well, who edited this?
Yeah, who edited this? Cut it. And then it just cuts to Tony Khan sat there, and he's just like, and Nicholas and Matthew just stood there and was like, you know what? We'll put that up on social media, but we're going to go handle some stuff in the ring now. So we're going to do our thing. And yeah, let's do it. Hit our riser, get our lifting down here, and let's go. Let's hit our music. And he's like, that's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
So good. And as such, as I say, the Elite is going to face FTR and Pac on Collision this week.
Yes.
So again, it's another case of there's a lot of history between those two teams. But do I really want to go through like 4 years of history on? No, we don't do that. If we generally only cover the stuff between the events.
There's probably a Wikipedia page. You're fine.
There probably is, yeah. But yeah, any thoughts on this one?
It's another one of those matches. There's a few on here where everyone in this match is wrestling between now and the show. So
it's great though.
It can all change. But yeah, I mean it keeps things fresh. We'll probably have a busy time editing the description to put our changed reactions in. But I guess we go with what we've got.
Changed predictions.
Yes, that one. Words.
There's so many people wrestling on Saturday and on Collision and Rampage back to back that it's confusing her brain.
But this is a top tier match. It's just star-filled and ladders. Everyone loves ladders.
You know what's going to happen as soon as the match starts,
we
right?
want tables.
Yeah.
But I mean, AEW crowd seems to be a little less hot on tables.
Yeah, there was
a no, we don't.
Yeah,
response.
We want tables. No, we don't. It's like, wait, what? I can't even remember the match was. It was like, wait, what?
I don't think it was a match you would have tables in though. So fair enough. Half the crowd saying we don't need tables here. Come on.
I thought that was fine.
But yeah, there'll probably be could be tables in this because there won't be any disqualification.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. That's what I want. That's the Young Bucks all over. It's just they're just
Yeah,
having
yeah.
fun.
Oh, it is. Even as heels, you can see they're just enjoying it. Who you got?
Bucks.
Young Bucks?
Yeah. In my head, I went, oh, this is going to be tricky. And they're like, no, it's not. It's the Bucks. They're the EVPs. They're going to do whatever they can to get it.
Who have I got?
EVP.
Damn straight. Now, what I was saying about Okada earlier, and it leads into another match later on.
Yeah.
It's going to mean the Elite every member of the Elite has gold.
Gold Elite?
Golden Elite, technically.
Yeah.
The one thing that is bugging me, though, is where is...
Roger Rabbit.
God, I can't remember his name. Oh, no. I was so excited when they signed him.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, damn it.
I cannot help you.
Because the Golden Elite it had him. Oh, God. What's his name? What's Forbidden Door?
Talk amongst yourselves.
Where's All In? He was at All In. He was All In with the Bucks. Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi. Where's Kota Ibushi these days? We haven't seen him in a long time.
Still signed.
But he's All Elite. So, could he turn up?
Interesting.
And you'd have Kazuchika, Kota, and the Bucks.
So we just
the
need
true,
one more title.
yeah. But then you could have him take.
Or have him take FTW. Just for fun.
FTW. You could have him take the international championship.
Yeah, he's got a wide range of choices.
You could take one of the Ring of Honor titles, the Golden Elite across both companies, as it were.
Yeah.
But yeah, Golden Elite. They're going to be ruling the roost as champs, basically, is what I think.
I think so. They'll lord it over everyone. Oh, it'll be crazy.
Brilliant. Right. So that was our predictions for the matches. Our reactions will be up. I want to say Tuesday. By the time we finish work, watch it, record, get to edit it on Tuesday. It'll probably be up on Tuesday at some point. Unfortunately, it is a bit later, but
I know it's hard for AEW to put pay-per-views on a Saturday now because of Collision.
Yes, but then last time they had a pay-per-view on a Saturday, they just didn't run Collision.
Yeah,
they've had to not run Collision twice this year because of the basketball.
Do us a favor. Do us a favor here.
Yeah, I'd much rather them on a Saturday because it makes it so much easier.
Maybe we'll have to start working part-time and take Mondays off just in case.
That's the dream right there, isn't it?
That's the dream.
In terms of the card itself, though, so we usually do this. What's your least looking forward to match?
This is where I definitely
stealing my notes again. Yeah,
my least looking.
If you can even read my writing.
Just about.
Oh wow, savage!
Oh, I think it's actually a very tricky question.
It is.
But.
And the reason for the people who are new watching our videos that I don't answer first is Leanne is highly suggestible. So if I give an answer, she's more likely to go, yeah, that one.
Yeah, quite often after you say your answer after mine, I'm like, oh, I could have gone for that one. But no.
That's why we do it this way.
I'm going with Toni Storm versus
Thunder Rosa.
It's written down. I was reading it. Thunder Rosa.
At the risk of sounding very suggestible, I agree. Yeah. But to be fair, I did say that earlier.
Yeah, I almost.
What was your close runner-up then?
Slightly was tempted to go for the Copeland House of Black match.
Yeah.
But I think there's enough to bring that up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So I think this one, but it's not going to be bad. I don't think. I don't think there's any duds at all in this card. We might be proved wrong. Something might go wrong in the show. You never know.
I guess our prediction could be then, if one match is going to be a dud, what's it going to be? And for me, it's definitely Storm and Rosa.
Probably the most likely.
Yeah. What's your most looking forward to match?
Now that is really hard. There's so many good ones.
I've already got mine locked in, but I won't say until you, because you'll follow.
I will follow you. I think it's gonna be the ladder match.
Ladder match?
Yeah, I'm going for the ladder match.
Bucks and FTR?
I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for that. I mean, really excited for Joe Swerve. But what am I going for as the main one?
Oh, Bullet Club.
Nope.
No, I don't know. Oh, of course.
Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson.
I should have guessed.
Come on. Yeah. Every match we've seen has been an absolute barn burner.
So good.
Like, oh my god.
I think
you could give that guy a piece of coal and it would look like a diamond.
It would. I think a lot of my sort of influence on what I go for as favorite is the entertainment value.
Yeah.
Which may make me sound like a WWE person, but it's fine.
Not necessarily, no, not necessarily.
So it's like the gimmicks get my attention.
Yeah. Because there's so many moving parts.
The like outlandish characters that have like influence really do sort of. It just brings me in, just delights me, you know.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Please don't judge me.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't judge you for that at all.
No.
Obviously, you know,
It's gonna be a great match.
for me. It's Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson because I can't remember ever seeing this match. I don't think it's ever happened. I'm not entirely certain, and it's what a lot of people would class as a dream match.
Yeah, for sure.
And Bryan Danielson is winding down his career, and he's still giving it his all.
Yeah,
you know, and like
I think he's better than he has been since
I absolutely agree.
When I started watching, it was a bit.
What with his bloody hemp belt.
Hemp belt.
And obviously Will Ospreay, he's like 30.
Yeah.
He's got so many years left in him, you know?
And he's like, I've seen you've shown me some of the stuff from New Japan.
Oh, that cage match, Bullet Club on United Empire.
Yeah, and even in a short amount of time from what I've seen and what he's doing now, he's just blossomed as a person on the mic, in the ring. He's an incredible talent. And
he's not, he's got like ADHD, I think he's dyslexic.
Yeah.
And he makes no sort of, he doesn't hide it.
No.
He doesn't try to hide it. He's very open about it. I did read the other day that when AEW sent him his contract, he had to get, I think he said his wife had to read the contract to him because he just couldn't do it. And it's like, he's wearing his heart on his sleeve in that sense. And he makes him so relatable to a real person. You know, you got Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief. You can't relate to him.
No.
You can't relate to The Rock. You can't even relate to Cody Rhodes, really. But with someone like Will Ospreay, you can.
For us as well because he's British.
Well, yeah.
So a lot of the like phrases he comes out with, like cheeky Nando's.
Yeah, what did Bryan Danielson? Oh, you cheeky slag! It's like, oh my god,
so good,
brilliant,
so good.
Brilliant. But yeah, Will Ospreay, he's going to be a champion in no time. I guarantee it.
Sure.
I want to see Will Ospreay versus Swerve. Oh my god. Anyway, so our reaction should be up on Tuesday, if not before. I don't think I'll be able to get it done by Tuesday, before Tuesday. But if I can, I will, but no promises.
No promises.
Take us away, Leanne.
Thank you so much for watching, as always. We appreciate you so much. Please show that you appreciate us by liking this video if you like it. Hit subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we drop new videos so you don't miss a thing, as long as YouTube algorithms work and stuff. It's a whole thing. Let us know in the comments what you're most looking forward to, least looking forward to matches on this card. If you've got any alternative predictions that you'd like to have a chat about, you can let us know in the comments or on our socials. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I was doing so well.
Can I go for Instaham instead? I could kill some ham right now.
Our link tree's in the description below, which will take you to our socials nice and easily in one click. I guess it's 2 clicks because you've got to get to Linktree and then go, but that's fine. Let us know. Like we said, if there are any changes from Saturday's shows, because they're all happening on Saturday, then we will update the description with like flashing, not flashing, but you know, we'll make it clear. Before the start of the event. So that'll be there. I think that's it. Did I forget anything? Nope. Great. Thank you again. And until next time.
Congratulations, Ruby Soho.
Bye.
Bullet Club.